The compassion of the unwitnessed. This is the quiet of the unseen reflection. The unwitnessed moments have a strange, heavy gravity. They are the hours no one applauded, the battles fought with no witness, the slow, private decay inside the chambers of the heart. No one saw the trembling hand. No one saw the fever or the shame you carried like a hidden undertow. No one saw what you endured when the world turned its back. But you did. The self did. Not the reflection in the glass, but the reflection that appears the moment you close your eyes. That self watched every moment you tried to forget. It saw the fear. It saw the performance, it saw the survival. This is the unwitnessed self, the most vulnerable room you hold, the room where you become both the wound and the hand, trying desperately to stop the bleeding. We are taught that judgment comes from the outside, but the most persistent cruelty is the judgment that grows in the unwitnessed room. Self-criticism thrives in solitude. It flourishes where no one else can intervene. We tell ourselves, if they had seen me in that moment, they would not forgive me. But the deeper truth is this: we have not forgiven ourselves for what we did to survive the hour. We confused solitude with sanctuary. We locked the door to keep the world out, not realizing we had trapped the hardest judge inside the most wounded prisoner. The burden was never the unwitnessed moment. It was the unwitnessed mercy we kept refusing to give ourselves. We carry that shame like a heavy garment, a spectral weight we fear removing, even when we are finally alone. Letter to the quiet survivor. To the quiet survivor, the compassion you've been searching for was never meant to travel a great distance. It was waiting in the room you locked. You did what you had to do. You thought you were alone in the dark, but your soul was there, patient, steady, like wine quietly pressed and waiting to be tasted the moment you chose your freedom. Drink that grace. The compassion of the unwitnessed is the quiet relief of seeing your past self, not as a failure to be hidden, but as a fierce, unrecognized survival. Look at the self who struggled and allow the truth to settle. You were brave. You are forgiven. Your unwitnessed survival is your most honest strength. Expect nothing, begin again. The room has changed now. The unwitnessed moment becomes a quiet memory, integrated, not exiled. The true work of compassion is realizing this: you are the only one who needs to know the whole story, and the only one powerful enough to grant its absolution. We close our eyes and the reflection remains, not as a judge, but as a companion, a survivor. The compassion of the unwitnessed is the peace that comes from finally sharing the silence with the self who needed it most. The silence opens, it welcomes, it holds the whole, imperfect truth of you. If this found you inside your own quiet, difficult record, may you finally release the keys to that room. Your vulnerability was never weakness. It was the proof of your strength. Your compassion for yourself is the only light you need. This is expect nothing. And even here, inside the grace you finally give the self you hid, you glow anyway. Glow anyway. Glow anyway. Glow anyway. If this episode met you in a quiet place, you may want to know that these themes live on the page as well. My first poetry collection, The Poet Who Forgot Her Name was written for the parts of us that survived without witnesses. It's available now if it finds you. Expect nothing, glow anyway.